What if I told you there's a blueprint used by fleet managers and professional drivers to push cars past 300,000 miles without a single major breakdown? Most cars die before they hit 100,000 miles, not because they're old, but because of what their owners do wrong every single day. Today we're counting down 12 secrets that will transform your car from a ticking time bomb into an unstoppable machine. And at the end, I'll reveal the 30-second inspection trick that catches catastrophic failures before they happen. This is Gear Rev. Let's dive in. Number 12. Warm up modern cars for exactly 30 seconds. The old rule about warming up your car for 5 to 10 minutes. Forget it. Modern fuel-injected engines are designed to run efficiently within seconds of starting, but going from 0 to highway speeds immediately isn't smart either. The sweet spot is 30 seconds of idle, followed by gentle driving for the first few miles. Here's the science. When you start a cold engine, your oil is thick and sluggish. It takes about 30 seconds for that oil to circulate through all the critical passages and reach your valve train, turbocharger, and timing chain tensioners. Rev the engine or load it heavily during this period, and you're creating metal-on-metal contact that causes permanent wear. The professional approach: start the engine, count to 30, then drive gently until your temperature gauge reaches the middle. Keep RPMs under 3,000 and avoid full throttle until everything's warmed up. This simple habit alone can add 100,000 miles to your engine and transmission life. Racing drivers know this rule by heart because their engines cost $50,000 to rebuild. Yours might cost less, but the principle is identical. Number 11. Replace spark plugs. Before they tell you to spark plugs are like the bullets in your engine's combustion chambers. Fresh plugs create a strong, clean spark that ignites the fuel mixture completely. Old plugs create weak, inconsistent sparks that leave fuel unburned, contaminate your oil, and overwork your catalytic converter. Most manufacturers recommend changing plugs every 100,000 miles, but smart owners do it at 60,000. Here's why early replacement matters. As spark plugs wear, the gap between the electrodes widens. A wider gap requires more voltage to jump, putting extra stress on your ignition coils. When a coil finally fails from overwork, it usually takes the spark plug wire or boot with it. What started as a $40 tune-up becomes a $300 ignition system repair. The smart approach: change your plugs at 80% of the recommended interval. Use OEM or premium aftermarket plugs, not the cheapest ones at the parts store. While you're in there, replace the plug wires or coil boots if they're cracked or oil soaked. 15 minutes of preventive maintenance saves thousands in downstream repairs and keeps your engine running smoothly past 300,000 miles. Number 10. Rotate tires. Every 5,000 miles. Tire rotation isn't just about making your tires last longer. It's about protecting your entire suspension and drivetrain from uneven wear patterns that create vibrations, steering problems, and premature component failure. Most drivers rotate tires when they remember, maybe every 10,000 miles. Professional fleet managers do it every 5,000 miles because they understand the hidden costs of uneven tire wear. Uneven tires create constant vibration that travels through your suspension into the chassis. That vibration accelerates wear on ball joints, tie rods, wheel bearings, and shock absorbers. A tire that's cupped or feathered from poor rotation can shake your steering wheel so badly that it cracks your dashboard and loosens interior trim. Mercedes-Benz owners learn this lesson when their $80,000 S-Class starts rattling like a pickup truck because they skipped tire rotations. The correct pattern depends on your car. Front-wheel drive uses a forward cross pattern, rear-wheel drive uses a rearward cross, and all-wheel drive uses a simple front-to-back swap. Most tire shops charge $25 to $40 for a rotation, or you can do it yourself in 20 minutes with a jack and lug wrench. Either way, consistent rotation every 5,000 miles keeps your tires even, your ride smooth, and your suspension components alive well past 300,000 miles. Number 9. Checking fluid levels monthly. Most drivers check their oil maybe twice a year if they're lucky, but your car has 7 critical fluids that need regular monitoring: engine oil, coolant, brake fluid, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, differential oil, and windshield washer fluid. Running low on any of these can trigger a cascade of failures that cost thousands to repair. Take coolant, for example. Your cooling system holds about 6 to 8 quarts of fluid, and losing just 1 quart can create create air pockets that cause localized overheating. Those hot spots warp aluminum heads, blow head gaskets, and crack engine blocks. A simple coolant top-off can prevent a $4,000 engine rebuild. Professional mechanics see this pattern constantly. Brake fluid is even more critical because it affects safety. Low brake fluid usually means your brake pads are worn down or you have a leak in the system. Either way, waiting until your brake pedal goes to the floor isn't just expensive, it's dangerous. The monthly check ritual takes 10 minutes. Pop the hood when the engine's cold, check all fluid levels, and top off anything that's low. Keep a notebook in your glove box and write down the levels each month. If something's dropping consistently, you've caught a problem early instead of waiting for a roadside breakdown. Fleet managers do this religiously because downtime costs more than prevention. Number 8, never reuse your oil filter. Here's why. Here's what happens inside your engine. Every time the pistons move, they create tiny amounts of metal wear. Every combustion event creates carbon particles. Every heat cycle breaks down oil molecules into acids and sludge. All of this contamination gets trapped in your oil filter. When the filter reaches capacity, a bypass valve opens and sends dirty oil directly to your engine bearings. That's when wear accelerates exponentially. A quality oil filter can trap particles as small as 25 microns. That's smaller than human hair. But as the filter media fills with debris, it becomes less effective. By 5,000 miles, even a premium filter is losing efficiency. By 7,500 miles, it's barely filtering anything. Yet some owners try to stretch filter changes to 10,000 miles or more, essentially running dirty oil through their engines. Professional mechanics never reuse oil filters because they know the false economy. A $12 filter protects thousands of dollars worth of internal engine components. The filter housing and gasket are designed for single use. Reusing them risks leaks and contamination. Toyota, Honda, and BMW all specify new filters with every oil change for a reason. Your engine makes 2,000 combustion events every minute at highway speeds. Give it clean oil with a fresh filter and it'll reward you with 300,000 miles of smooth operation. Number 7, use the right fuel rating. Most drivers either cheap out with regular or think they're treating their car with premium. Both approaches can quietly destroy your engine over time. Your owner's manual specifies exactly what octane your engine needs, and deviating from that spec is like feeding your car the wrong medicine. If your car requires 87 and you use 93, you're not helping anything. Higher octane fuel burns slower and cooler. In an engine designed for regular gas, premium can actually cause carbon buildup on your valves and combustion chambers. On the flip side, using 87 octane in a car designed for 91 or 93 is asking for trouble. Lower octane fuel ignites too early under compression, causing knock that hammers your pistons, connecting rods and bearings. Do it long enough, and you'll need a complete bottom end rebuild. The fix is simple. Use exactly what your manual specifies. Your engine's computer is calibrated for that specific octane rating. Give it what it wants, and it'll reward you with smooth operation well past 300,000 miles. Number 6, replace your cabin air filter annually. Most drivers are unaware that their car has a cabin air filter, but this often overlooked component can significantly impact the health of their engine. A clogged cabin filter forces your HVAC blower motor to work overtime, drawing extra power from your alternator and putting unnecessary load on your engine. That extra electrical demand shows up as decreased fuel economy and increased engine stress, especially during idle. But the real issue is what happens when that filter gets completely blocked. Your HVAC system starts pulling air from wherever it can find it, including through the firewall and engine bay. That means oil vapors, coolant fumes, and combustion gases can enter your cabin and recirculate through the system. Over time, those vapors condense and create a film on your windshield that's nearly impossible to remove. The smart way is to replace your cabin filter every 12 months or 15,000 miles, whichever comes first. If you live in a dusty area or drive in heavy traffic, cut that interval in half. Most cabin filters are behind your glove box and take 5 minutes to swap. Clean air in your cabin means less strain on your electrical system and more money in your pocket. Small investment, massive protection. Number 5. Replace your fuel filter every 30,000 miles. Modern fuel systems operate under extreme pressure, often 40 to 60 psi, to deliver precisely metered amounts of gasoline to your injectors. Your fuel filter stands between your tank and these precision components, trapping rust, dirt, and water that would otherwise clog injector nozzles and damage fuel pumps. Yet most drivers completely ignore this critical component until their engine starts misfiring. A clogged fuel filter creates a bottleneck that starves your engine of fuel, especially under acceleration or load. Your fuel pump works harder trying to push fuel through the restriction, building heat and wearing out prematurely. When the pump finally fails, usually at the worst possible moment, you're looking at $400 to $600 for replacement, plus the cost of being stranded. Fuel injectors are even more sensitive. These precision components have nozzles smaller than human hair that spray fuel in exact patterns. Contaminated fuel from a failing filter can clog these nozzles or damage the internal pintle valves. The smart approach: replace your fuel filter every 30,000 miles, regardless of what your owner's manual says. Some manufacturers claim their filters are lifetime components, but mechanics know better. Change automatic transmission fluid every 50,000 miles. Your automatic transmission is essentially a hydraulic computer that uses pressurized fluid to engage clutches, control shift timing, and provide cooling. This fluid operates under extreme pressure and temperature, gradually breaking down and losing its ability to protect internal components. Yet many manufacturers claim their transmission fluid is lifetime, leading to premature failures that cost $3,000 to $5,000 to repair. Modern transmission fluid is highly engineered to resist heat and maintain proper viscosity, but it's not immortal. As the fluid ages, it becomes acidic and starts attacking seals, gaskets, and metal surfaces. The friction modifiers that ensure smooth shifts break down, causing harsh engagement and slip. Worst of all, old fluid can't transfer heat effectively, allowing internal components to overheat and fail. The preventive approach: change your transmission fluid every 50,000 miles, regardless of what the manual says. Use only the exact fluid specified by your manufacturer. Generic ATF can cause shifting problems and void your warranty. The service should include dropping the pan, replacing the filter, and refilling with fresh fluid. This $200 service protects a $4,000 transmission and ensures smooth shifting well past 300,000 miles. Number 3. Keep your battery terminals clean and tight. A corroded or loose battery connection doesn't just make your car hard to start, it forces your entire electrical system to work harder, creating heat and voltage fluctuations that can damage expensive components like alternators, ECUs, and ignition modules. Most drivers only think about their battery when it's completely dead, but smart owners maintain their electrical connections like their lives depend on it. Here's the hidden damage: when your battery terminals are corroded, they create electrical resistance that reduces the available voltage to your engine management system. Your ECU needs steady 12-volt power to control fuel injectors, ignition timing, and emission systems. When voltage drops even slightly, the computer starts making bad decisions that hurt performance and fuel economy. The maintenance is simple but critical. Disconnect the battery cables monthly and clean the terminals with a wire brush and baking soda solution. Apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly or terminal protectant to prevent future corrosion. Check that the connections are tight but not over-torqued. You want good contact without crushing the terminal. This 10-minute monthly ritual protects thousands of dollars worth of electrical components and ensures reliable starting for years to come. Number 2. Check your air filter. Every 3 months, your engine is basically a giant air pump, and a dirty air filter is like trying to breathe through a straw. Most drivers wait until their air filter looks like it came from a vacuum cleaner bag, but by then, the damage is already done. A clogged air filter forces your engine to work 15% harder just to get the same amount of air. A restricted air filter doesn't just hurt performance, it kills fuel economy. When your engine can't breathe properly, the computer compensates by dumping extra fuel into the cylinders. Mechanics see cars with dirty filters burning through gas 20% faster than they should. Over 300,000 miles, that's thousands of dollars in wasted fuel. Professional fleet managers check air filters every 90 days because they know a $15 filter protects a $15,000 engine. Pull yours out and hold it up to a light bulb. If you can't see through it clearly, you're already overdue. Clean air equals clean combustion, and clean combustion equals 300,000 miles of trouble-free driving. Number 1. Perform a complete inspection every 6 months. The number one habit that separates cars that last 300,000 miles from those that die early is regular inspection. Professional fleet managers and commercial drivers inspect their vehicles systematically because they know that small problems caught early cost pennies to fix, while major problems cost thousands. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about being smart. Your semi-annual inspection should cover fluids, belts, hoses, lights, brakes, tires, suspension, and exhaust. Look for leaks, cracks, wear patterns, and unusual noises. Check that all lights work, including turn signals, brake lights, and hazards. Test your horn, wipers, and air conditioning. Most importantly, listen to your car. Unusual noises are often the first sign of impending failure. Professional drivers use a checklist to ensure nothing gets missed. Create your own checklist based on your car's common failure points and known issues. Spend an hour every 6 months going through your car systematically. Take photos of anything that looks questionable and research whether it needs immediate attention. This disciplined approach to maintenance is the single most important factor in reaching 300,000 miles without major repairs. Before we wrap up, here's the 30-second trick fleet mechanics use to spot engine trouble before it shows up on a diagnostic scan. Next time you start your car cold, walk to the back and watch the exhaust for the first 30 seconds. What you see can tell you everything you need to know about your engine's internal health. Clean exhaust should be nearly invisible. Just a slight vapor on cold days. Blue smoke means oil is burning, either from worn rings, valve seals, or a blown head gasket. White smoke that doesn't clear quickly indicates coolant in the combustion chamber. Black smoke means your engine is running rich, possibly from a clogged air filter or failing fuel injectors. The key is doing this check when the engine is cold because that's when problems are most visible. A warm engine might hide these symptoms, but a cold start reveals everything. If you see anything other than clear exhaust, it's time for a professional diagnosis. Catching internal engine problems early can mean the difference between a $200 repair and an $8,000 rebuild. These 12 habits aren't just maintenance tips, they're your roadmap to automotive freedom. While your neighbors are dealing with breakdowns, surprise repairs, and car payments, you'll be driving the same reliable vehicle for decades. Remember, every habit on this list costs less than a single major repair. A $20 air filter prevents thousands in engine damage. A $200 transmission service saves a $4,000 rebuild. Prevention is always cheaper than repair, and small problems are always cheaper than big ones. Make sure to subscribe to Gear Rev for more money-saving automotive content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest. Until next time, keep those wheels turning and those wallets full.